Hello one and all. My name is Jason and this is the latest edition of Tunes and Talk. I'm recording on April 9th, 2021. I hope everyone is having terrific spring. We here in the desert are having a little bit warmer weather than usual, but that just means for us that we got to turn the AC on a little early. Hey, the sunshine, blue skies, I will take it. I will always take it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad you discovered Tunes and Talk. The way this works, I sing you 10 tunes, and I intersperse them with a little mindless chatter, a little innocuous rambling, because that's who I am. And if you are a returning visitor, well, you already know all that. Welcome back. So glad to have you along for the ride. And kick things off with a little Crystal Gale. Because she's the big presence of a little woman. Was I right? Was I wrong? A little too weak or a little too strong? Was it him? Was it me? Oh, I guess I'll never know. First you're up, then you're down. Oh, but the world keeps turning around. Ain't it hard to find something to hang on to? And I know my heart will mend, and I know that I'll smile again. I'll get back on my feet, and then I'll do it all over again. Some you win. You say that's the way that it's always been. First you laugh, then you cry. Oh, but I guess that's life. So you live and you learn. You never look back at the bridges you burned, and you change somehow. Oh, I'm a little bit wiser now, and I know my heart will mend, and I know that I'll smile again. I'll get back on my feet, and then I'll do it all over again. Yes, I know that my heart will mend, and I know that I'll smile again. I'll get back on my feet, and then I'll do it all over again. I'll do it all over again. My heart will mend. Oh, I'll smile again. On my feet, and then I'll do it all over again. Oh, how is everyone? You doing okay? Have you gotten vaccinated? I hope so. I read just recently that we here in the U.S. are outpacing other countries quite a bit by, well, in terms of vaccine distribution. So I hope the other countries are able to follow suit, and I'm so pleased and proud of the job that President Biden and his administration are doing, working with the CDC, and of course to all of our essential healthcare workers to make those vaccinations happen. Certainly we here in Riverside County are seeing our case numbers plummet, which is something I've been waiting so long to see. And our Governor Newsom, who has done just a fantastic job shepherding us through the last year plus, has moved us into the orange tier, which is less restrictive, and says by summer, the way our case numbers are dropping, we may all be back fully open. Looking forward to that. You know what else is orange out here in the desert, in addition to that orange tier? Well, occasionally, when the sky is just right, we get an orange sunset, an orange-colored sky. I was walking along, minding my business, out of an orange-colored sky. Flash, bang, alakazam, wonderful you came by. I was humming a tune, drinking in sunshine, when out of that orange-colored view. Flash, bang, alakazam, I gotta look at you. One look and I yelled timber, watch out for flying glass. Cause the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out. I went into a spin and I started to shout, I've been hit, this is it, this is it. I was walking along, minding my business, when love came and hit me in the eye. Flash, bam, alakazam, out of an orange-colored sky. Well, one look and I yelled timber, watch out for flying glass. Cause the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out. I went into a spin and I started to shout, I've been hit, this is it. I was walking along, minding my business, when love came and hit me in the eye. Flash, bang, alakazam, out of an orange-colored purple stripe, pretty green polka dot sky. Flash, bang, alakazam, and good night. Oh, an orange-colored sky. That is a great old Nat Cole song. Nat King Cole. And also recorded by his daughter Natalie, and performed on The Muppet Show 40 some odd years ago by Linda Carter, Wonder Woman Linda Carter, who of course is a phenomenal singer. She was hosting that episode and she sang Orange-Colored Sky, and with every flash bam, these flaming Muppets would come from out of the sky and hit the stage and explode. So, it's a fun memory from my childhood when I was a tiny, tiny child, sitting on the carpet in my parents' house like this in front of the television set, which I did quite frequently. Oh, what else do we have on tap tonight? For all of you educators out there, I hope you've been enjoying spring break. I have a lot of friends who are teachers. Both my parents were educators. They've retired now, but everybody needs a little break from the classroom, whether it's a physical classroom or a virtual classroom. Here we go. I am, for those of you who are regular viewers of Tins to Talk, you know this, but for the uninitiated, I am a mega fan of the Carpenters. And I was going through all my Carpenters tracks, and I thought about singing this one, and I thought, where is that track? Where is that track? And I realized I don't have a track for this. And I said, well, I must have it on sheet music. So I go through all my sheet music. I don't have sheet music, and it hit me, I don't think I've ever sung this, which is crazy, because I love this, and it's one of their biggest hits, and I mean, I know I've sung it in the shower in the car, and it's like, have I never sung this at like open mic or karaoke? And I know I've never sung it on here, so this will be the inaugural recording. Talking to myself and feeling old. Sometimes I'd like to quit. Nothing ever seems to fit. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. What I've got they used to call the blues. Nothing is really wrong. Feeling like I don't belong. Walking around some kind of lonely clown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Funny, but it seems I always wind up here with you. Nice to know somebody loves me. Funny, but it seems that it's the only thing to do. Run and find the one who loves me. The one who loves me. What I feel has come and gone before. No need to talk it out. We know what it's all about. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Funny, but it seems that it's the only thing to do. Run and find the one who loves me. What I feel is come and gone before. No need to talk it out. We know what it's all about. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Interesting story about that. That was written by Paul Williams and Roger Nichols. Of course, Paul Williams probably qualifies pretty easily as being one of the best, most talented singer-songwriters of the 20th century. There's another Muppets callback. He wrote The Rainbow Connection, right? But there was an interview in which Paul was saying that he was talking to his mother on the phone, and he would frequently call his mother, and every now and then he'd go over to visit, and he would hear her like chattering away, and it's like, "Mom, what are you doing?" She said, "Oh, nothing, just talking to myself, feeling old." So time came to write the song, and he thought, "Yeah, that's a pretty good lyric, talking to myself and feeling old." And so he wrote the song. Carpenters recorded it, monster hit for them, and he was talking with his mother about how she had inspired that line. She's like, "What?" He said, you know, I'm like you always say, talking to yourself and feeling old. He said, I have no idea what you're even talking about. Who are you? I've never said that in my life. She may not remember it, but I'm glad he did, because otherwise we wouldn't have gotten that recording from those awesome Carpenters. Here's another little something from that era, from the great Bill Withers, who we lost not too many, well, probably not even a couple of years ago now. This one's a new one for me too, by the way. Forgive my raspy voice, but allergy season here in the desert. Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, oh, no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road, and I'll share your load if you just call me. If you need a friend, call me. If you need a friend, if you ever need a friend, just call me. Call me. Call me. Oh, lean on me. Say, forgive me if I'm a little raspy and if I pop and squeak, and sometimes those notes are just out of reach, but instead it's allergy season here in the desert, and I try my best not to take anything. I loathe taking pharmaceuticals of any kind. I have some homeopathic allergy tablets that I take when they're really bothering me. But I found this out last year, and it's true again this year, wearing the mask when I go out, which we should do anyway because the pandemic isn't over yet. Wearing that definitely cuts down on those allergens that get in. Of course, I was also, right before I sat down to record this, I was on a video call with my favorite Canadian, my favorite handsome, smiling Canadian, for like an hour and a half, talking almost nonstop. Me? Imagine that. Thank God he's a good listener. So my voice is probably less than at optimal. Funny story, as I load up the next song, about that song, Lean On Me. Many years ago, of course, it was covered by the band Club Nouveau. And they put sort of a rock and reggae beat to it. And it was good. It gave the song a different sound, more up-tempo, more, we be jammin', that kind of thing. And I had an acquaintance at the time, and every time that song came on the radio, she just loved it. She said, I love that song. Well, she had never heard the original. And one day there was a different radio station playing, and she heard Bill Withers, and she's like, oh my God, that's awful. That's so terrible. It's all slow and depressing, and oh my, and why would anybody remake that great Club Nouveau song? I'm like, Ange. No, Club Nouveau remade Bill Withers' version. That's the original. It's like, oh, well, God, I'm glad they remade that. And then as the days went by, the radio station kept playing the Bill Withers version. And every time she heard it, she got more and more like irate. And she's like, why are they playing that awful version? Why won't they play my good version? And of course, it just tickled me to no end seeing her sort of fall apart just because they weren't playing the good version of the song on the radio. So it's like, oh, honey. Up next, we have a little Jim Croce. Just occurs to me, so many of these people are gone. Nat Cole, Natalie Cole, Jim Croce, Bill Withers. Oh, wow. Legends all. Well, I know it's kind of late. I hope I didn't wake you, but what I've got to say can't wait. I know you'll understand. Every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in song. Yeah, I know it's kind of strange, but every time I'm near you, I just run out of things to say. I know you'd understand. Every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in song. Every time was right, all the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in song. Well, I know it's kind of late. I hope I didn't wake you, but there's something that I just gotta say. I know you would understand. every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. The great Jim Croce. It's funny, I was singing and started to sing the wrong lyric, and it just happened to be on that verse that says, every time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. How about that? Synchronicity. Here is a great old Barbara Mandrell tune. Always reminds me of like a 1950s slow dance prom song. It's been a year today, 1 year since he went away. So happy birthday, dear heartache. You're 1 year old today. There'll be a cake tonight, 1 candle I'm gonna light. So happy birthday, dear heartache. Old love still burns tonight. When he walked out, I felt my heart break. That's when you came to me, dear heartache. You made my heart your home. Now look how big you grow. And it looks like the guests are all here. The blues, the memories, and the tears. So happy birthday, dear heartache. Same time, same place next year. So happy birthday, dear heartache. Same time, same place next year. Next year. Drag out that birthday cake. Celebrate that heartache. There is a Facebook meme going around. One of my friends had posted it today. I'd seen it once before. He said, remember the times when we used to all gobble up cake after somebody had blown all over it? We were crazy. Man, woohoo, crazy times. And if you think about it, wow, yeah, they're just blowing all those germs and spit right all over top of that cake. And of course, I also have a friend, my best friend, who lives in Texas, and she had gone to a wedding, and at the reception, when and it was a small affair, just family and close friends. So at the reception, the bride was actually cutting cake. You know, they did the feeding of the first piece of cake, and then the bride was cutting cake. And the thing about it, the bride would cut a piece of cake, and take her hands and put it on a plate, and then lick her fingers and cut another piece and put her hand on it and put it on another plate and lick her finger. And my friend leaned over to her mother and said, "We're not eating the cake." So, my grandfather, though, my late grandfather, we were having a birthday celebration for him one year, though, and there were a lot of candles on that cake. And it came time for him to blow them out, and he just looked at him and he went like that over the top of it. And the breeze of his hand just put every last candle out. He didn't know that he was a trendsetter for more germ-conscious times. Alrighty, I'm gonna try and plow through these next few songs as long as my voice holds out, and I don't start sounding like Patty and Selma on The Simpsons. March. Here is an old Van Morrison song. It's been covered. Oh gosh, it's been covered by Helen Reddy and by Michael Bublé and by Aaron Neville and who knows how many others. This is Brian McKnight's arrangement, as heard in the movie Jason's Lyric. And seeing as my name's Jason, I thought that was appropriate for me to use this arrangement. Now let's see if I can actually remember the lyrics, because it's been ages since I've sung this. I can hear his heartbeat for 1,000 miles, and the heavens open every time he smiles. When I come to him, that's where I belong. Yes, I'm running to him like a river song. He gives me love, 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 crazy love. He gives me love, 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 crazy love. He's got a fine sense of humor when I'm feeling low down. When I come to him, when the sun goes down, takes away my troubles, takes away my grief, takes away my heartache, I go right to sleep. He gives me love, 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 crazy love. He gives me love, 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 crazy love. Yes, I need him in the daytime. Yes, I need him in the night. Yes, I want to throw my arms around him. I want to kiss him, hug him, kiss him, hold him tight. Nothing like a man who will give you crazy love. Kind of love that fills up your heart, your soul, makes you feel like floating on air. And when I'm returning from so far away, gives me such sweet love, brightens up my day. Yes, it makes me righteous. Yes, it makes me whole. Yes, it makes me mellow down to my soul. It gives me love, 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 gives me love, 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 crazy love. He gives me love, crazy love. He gives me love, 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 crazy. He gives me crazy, crazy love. Nice soulful arrangement. Brian McKnight arrangement. My friend Vicky back east adores Brian McKnight, loves his music. As do I. I'm going to try something very adventurous, especially since I've got the sandpaper voice thing going on. But my friend Steven DJs on Twitch, which if you're not familiar with it, it's a website or online site where, among other things, people who DJ professionally can spin videos. So it's like being at the club, or being at the disco, or being on the dance floor in your very own home. And the last couple of times I was on, he played the video for this song, and I really, really love this song. I always have loved it. It's from a movie, 1984, that I saw when I was a kid. And really good movie. So I'm going to try this. It may be in my key, it may not, it may be in my range, it may not. No, I guess I better prep myself with a little cheat sheet. I've got on-screen lyrics, but sometimes you never know how these things are going to move. So I have a little cheat sheet just in case. But the singer that recorded this was named Limahl, and he had previously been with a group called Kajagoogoo. Now, if you're recording with a group called Kajagoogoo, I think maybe moving out on your own is the right decision. No offense intended to the group, but I was glad to see him move out on his own. Wish me luck. Turn around, look at what you see in her face, mirror of your dreams. Make believe I'm everywhere, given in the light, written on the pages is the answer to a never-ending story. A never-ending story. Reach the stars, fly a fantasy, dream a dream, what you see will be. Rhymes that keep their secrets will unfold behind the clouds. There upon a rainbow is the answer to a never-ending story. Oh, never-ending story. Story. show no fear, for she may fade away. In your hand, the birth of a new day. Rhymes that keep their secrets will unfold behind the clouds. There upon a rainbow is the answer to a never-ending story. The never-ending story. Did you see that movie? You should. The giant flying dragon whose head looks just like a big dog. And there's a princess, and there are giant troll-like monsters, and there's a young would-be hero named Atreyu, and it all springs from a kid opening a magical storybook. Great film. For those of you who are francophones, and I'm speaking to you, my sweet favorite Canadian, that song was also recorded in French. Same artist, but if you look it up on YouTube, you can find it. L'Histoire sans fin. And beautiful song either way. And I hope I did it justice. I have a couple more movie tunes. This one is a Dolly Parton tune. God, I haven't sung this in ages either. I hope I remember the lyrics on this. This is from her movie Straight Talk, which is quite a good movie. Very funny, and it's a rom-com, so there's a nice romantic storyline to it as well. And it is a movie that has one of the best soundtracks of any movie that I've ever seen. Really, Dolly wrote, of course, all the songs. And when I first saw the movie, as soon as I left the theater, I drove immediately to a music store and bought the soundtrack. That is how good the soundtrack this movie is. And you know, you only hear bits and pieces in any given movie. You don't even hear the complete song more often than not. But yeah, such a great soundtrack. So this is called Burning to Burn, after the romantic aspect in the film has sort of gone wrong for her, and she's reflecting. You lied to me, I can't believe that I've been such a fool. I thought this time I might find someone who would play by the rules. My mind said no, but my heart said go. And again I've made a wrong turn. Now here I stand, my heart in your hands, and I've gone from burning to burn. Oh, you'd think by now that I know how to keep this heart of mine safe. It just goes to show you just never know. Who can you trust these days? How could I make the same mistake? Well, as far as I'm concerned, got too close to the flame. Such a shame that I've gone from burning to burn. Everyone knows the old saying goes that a fool in love never learns. But I guess I forgot, 'cause the fire was too hot. Now I've gone from burning to burn. Oh, I guess I forgot, 'cause the fire was too hot. Now I've gone from burning to burn. Burning to burn. Now there is another song earlier in the movie, earlier on the soundtrack, called Burning, that Dolly does as a duet with a male singer. I do that one too. I should do that sometime. That sort of sets that song up. But such pretty music. All right, believe it or not, we have come to the last song in the barrel. Boy, time flies. And I thought, well, since I had done 2 movie tunes, I would just make it 3 for 3. Close us out with the Oscar-winning song from my favorite animated Disney movie, Pocahontas. The reason it's my favorite, number one, just like with Dolly's movie Straight Talk, I left the theater and immediately went and bought the soundtrack because it has the best music, and also I think it has the most beautiful animation of any Disney film ever. And just the multiple themes of don't judge others because they look different from you. Don't mistreat the earth. Put things back where you found them. There are more things. There are things more important than gold and riches. And basically, people are people regardless of where they come from, or the color of their skin, or who they love, or who they worship. And if we all strive to get along, we can have a better, more peaceful world. And all of those wonderful themes are wrapped up in that one animated Disney movie. And this is the song that sums all that up. Think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or ask the eagle to tell you where he's been? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain, Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you. And for once, never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends. And we are all connected to each other. In a circle, in a hoop that never ends. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or asked the grinning bobcat why he grins? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? How high does a sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon. Whether we are white or copper skin, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain. Need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still all you'll own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind. So keep that in mind. Be kind to one another and to yourself. And we will do this all again next time. Love you guys.